Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in this video we're going to take a look at just match day 1 and talk about the results, talk about my predictions from my predictions video and look at the league. And we'll check in on our league. So I'm actually doing quite well. And I'm never doing well on these leagues. We've done one for the Champions League the last 2 years on this channel. And I'm nowhere near the top 10 normally. So can I just have a moment, please? Because in the comment section, okay, I'm down to 4th this evening. I have been as high as 3rd. And congrats to these 3 people, by the way. And I'm always criticised for my predictions. But this time, in the comment section, but this time I decided, you know what, I'm going to be less on the fence and a little bit more daring, and I think it's paying off. I think I might have been first for like 10 minutes. I'm claiming that, okay? So yeah, if you want to join the league, then the info is in the box below, so please do so. Okay, so I'm just focusing on match day 1. There have been a couple of match day 2 results today. And for you watching this video, there will be even more. But I'm going to try and be organised and just do match day 1 in one video, 2 in the second, and match day 3 in the third, and not mix them up. Okay, so I'm not saying for a second that I got all of the actual scorelines right, but the results are tending to do well with me at the minute. So I said Germany, Scotland. I did not say 5-1, obviously. I said 2-1, and I wonder, so let's see what 78 friends predicted. Did anyone, I don't think anyone said anything like that. View league. Oh no, it doesn't tell us. So I came 7th in terms of the guess of that day by the looks of it. Or match day 1 perhaps. But if you did predict 5-1, can you write it in the comments please and don't lie. I was absolutely shocked with that. Germany looked on fire. Scotland were very under par. I think the whole occasion got to them, you know, being in the host nation on the opening night. But spoiler, I just watched them a moment ago and they were a lot better. So well done Scotland for bouncing back. Okay, so I predicted 2-1 and it was a 5-1. Really good performance from Kai Havertz. From Füllkrug when he came off the bench. Just the whole team really. Gundogan, obviously, Kroos. Yeah, and Scotland didn't have that much going forward, unfortunately, on the night, but I thought it's always better for a tournament when the host nation does well. And actually, I think they probably look like one of the most informed teams at the minute. One of the reasons for that is because Belgium did not do well, and they were in my sort of top 4-5 teams that I thought about. So maybe I'm changing my mind and Germany's gone into that. I don't know what I did then. Okay. Match day 2, I did not see this coming. So I said it would be a draw. I thought the two sides were very even. But fair play. Hungary, good team, very good tactics. Very, for want of a better word, hungry to do well and very, you know, hard in the tackle. Lots of energy. But Switzerland, like, did a tactical masterclass. They looked so calm throughout the whole match. I couldn't get over it. Szoboszlai had a particularly poor match for his standards. Although I kind of know that he didn't do as well in the second half of the season after coming back from injury at Liverpool. So Switzerland actually won 3-1. And I only got 2 points for that one. Did anyone get 3-1? Not that I can see. So well done to Switzerland. They really impressed me. Good to see Mbolo back as well. And yeah, I thought that was excellent. Really good, entertaining match. One, however, that I did not predict the outcome for. Okay, another one that I didn't predict the actual scoreline, because 3-0. One of you did. I noted. MFC Luke said 3-1. Stratos said 3-0. Well done to you. I said that Spain would win. But 3-0, I don't rate Croatia in this tournament at all. They were in our qualifying group, I said that in the lead-up. Wales drew with them in Croatia and beat them in Cardiff fairly easily. The goal that they scored technically could have been disallowed, but wasn't, so we only beat them 2-1, but I think we could have beaten them by much more. And yeah, I think that the Modric is slowing down now, and they haven't seemed to got like a natural replacement for him just yet. And their centre-backs were improved in this. They didn't play Vida, but yeah, just they're not the team that they were before, and I said that. But I still didn't think that Spain would actually beat them 3-0. Although I did leave the match. I think it was on Saturday night, so I went out. I booked a meal, went out for a meal, and I was checking on the score on my phone. And Croatia did like have a missed penalty, and then the goal was like disallowed or something afterwards as well. So they could have got back into it technically, but yeah, 3-0 is a very impressive start for Spain, isn't it? So that one got me 13 points because I predicted that Morata would be and Spain would be the first goal scorers, which helped. Another one that plucky Albania. Everyone said, look out for them. So I predicted 1-0 to Italy, but obviously Albania, congrats, scoring the fastest goal in Euro history. I think it was like 27 seconds or something like that. Obviously it was a mistake from the throw-in, but there we go. Italy bounced back though, and I said I was worried about their goal scoring, but yeah, no, they looked good afterwards. I think Albania, it's difficult because I don't want to talk about match day too much, but I think Albania need to have a bit more confidence in themselves when they go forward. They're really, really dangerous. But they seem to just want to sit in this low block and soak up a lot of the pressure for a long time, and that puts them in harm's way when these big teams like Italy and Spain are attacking. So, yeah, I would say that Albania actually, I look forward to them against Spain in match day 3, because I think they just have to go for it, and I think they really could do quite well in that situation, but we'll see. I might be wrong. Okay, so well done to Italy, starting off with a win. I got 6 points for saying that the Dutch would beat Poland. It was 2-1. Poland looked really pretty decent actually in the first half and just died off in the second. And the Dutch got a late goal with you-know-who from the World Cup, Weghorst. And I think in the end they deserved their win. But Poland, a similar story to what I was just saying about Albania. And this is something I've said about Poland for such a long time. They've got really, really good attackers. I don't get why they don't attack, why they just want to defend so much. I mean, they've got such talent in the team. I just want to see them unleash it. But yeah, so in this instance, they got an early goal, and that sort of made them sit back even more than they did when they played Wales in the playoff, and they just ended up losing against a team with such quality as Netherlands. So 6 points. And then I said 1-1 Slovenia-Denmark. And I have to say, I was watching this match thinking to myself, oh god, Denmark went 1-0 up, which meant I totally lost out on these predictions. And they looked like going 2 or 3 up at that point, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be, I predicted 1-1, it's going to be about 3-0. And then they sort of just dropped off in the second half. I don't know if any Danish fans are watching this and want to weigh in the comment section, but I just felt that Denmark sort of not gave up, but just sort of like relaxed, and Slovenia then just went, oh okay, then we'll start playing now, and because they're such technically able, then they just got back into it. And at the end of the match I actually think Slovenia did enough to win it. So yeah, Denmark need to be a bit more switched on in their next match, and Slovenia just need to carry on doing what they're doing. But thanks to you both, I got 10 points for guessing the correct score. I also said England to win 1-0, and I played my booster, so I got 34 points. This has really done it for me. Thanks, England. I can always rely on England. I said that they would take a while to warm up, and I said that they do this when they get into a tournament. They start really slow, and Serbia is a tricky start for them in this group. I think that Slovenia or Denmark would have been perhaps a little bit easier. I think Serbia played really well. I was looking at the stats the other day, and apparently Serbia and England players ran the greatest distance in match day one out of all the teams. And that's what it was like, really. It was just like running and running and running. Not a lot of quality. England were hanging on. Not hanging on, but yeah, maybe they were. Serbia did look that they were going to try and get something until they brought on Luka Jovic, and he can't hit a bundle. When they took off Mitrovic for him, I thought, oh no, they're not going to score now. So yeah, thank you very much, England. I thought England were alright, but Bellingham saved the day, and they need to have a plan B, don't they? I think all the English people watching, I know there are lots of you. I was a little bit worried because, Bellingham gets a goal out of nothing, and not much else happened. I thought Foden had like the worst match I've seen him play this season. Yeah, I wondered if they did if they did concede a goal, what was plan B other than get the ball to Bellingham? So yeah, I question Gareth Southgate's tactics quite often on this channel. Okay, next up, and another one I did not see this coming. Well done to Romania. I watched the match, and the goals were absolutely stunning. Okay, 2 mistakes from Lunin in goals, 3-0. I predicted 2-1, and Sikankov. To be honest, Ukraine were absolutely fine for about 20 minutes. They were just passing it around. It was like 75% possession. And then Romania got a freak goal, and their tactic of sitting back and breaking then just absolutely went berserk. And they scored 3. It looked like they could have scored 6. Ukraine never looked like scoring. They did get close to it, but the tactics just, I don't know what their formation was. Half the time Mudryk was playing in central midfield, and then when he ran at people, there was like no one in the box to get the pass. And I was thinking to myself, your like main winger is running down the wing, getting to the byline. It's obvious he's going to cross the ball, get in the box. There's like one person in Tovbek in the box by himself. I was like, where are the runners from midfield? What is the plan? How are you going to get a goal? It was really bizarre, and I've kind of lost confidence a bit. It's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle. Ukraine didn't seem to have a plan B, and that was really, really worrying. And trust me, I know how that feels, because I'm Welsh and we have like one way of playing. If it doesn't work, we get battered. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in Rebrov, the manager. I wanted to see him change it, not play the formation he was playing, try something different. But yeah, it's like they had like one way of playing, and regardless of the fact that Romania set up in the way that they did with a low block, with like everyone in defence, and then were breaking, he didn't change it. He didn't say, alright, we'll keep 3 people back then for the break, and we'll push people for, we'll need to get width, because as I say, Mudryk and Sikankov were like playing centrally. They weren't giving any width at all. They were like coming in, but then eventually they stuck 2 tall strikers up front, and they started getting headers on goal. But even then, the crosses were coming from the full-backs. Well, I was like, if you got Mudryk in your team, why isn't he crossing the ball? Why are they full-back doing it? So I would have taken the full-back off, put Mudryk there, and either put someone in defence, or put another person up front, or a runner from midfield. Or I just thought the tactics were all over the place. Okay, next one, again, did not see this. This was the day of shocks, and I got 0 points for this one, and I got 0 points for this one. So it was Belgium 2, Slovakia 0 in my mind, but on the day, a very, very deserved win for Slovakia. I said Lukaku would score. He did, twice, and he missed about 5. And it's really reminiscent that they got ruled off for VAR over the really most minute thing. I think it hit the knuckle of the person that crossed it. And interestingly, they played the recording of the ball must have a microphone in it, so when it touched the knuckle it did like the and they had that as proof as well. And I believe that they were correct decisions. Oh, you know, I wouldn't be happy if I were Belgium, but they were correct decisions. Slovakia played really bravely, and I thought that they deserved to get something out of the match. I was really impressed with them when they hammered Wales last week, 2 weeks ago, 4-0. And at the time I was thinking to myself, oh my god, I can't believe we lost 4-0 to like Slovakia. They're something like 40th in the world. And I think this is the largest difference between, how can I put this? The difference in rankings, third, I think Belgium are, in the world, second in Europe, and Slovakia are like 40-something, 42nd, 47th. I think the margin is for the team at the bottom end to win. It's the greatest difference between rankings ever in the European Championships. So no team with that greater difference in their rankings has been beaten by the worst team. So, you know, Slovakia obviously deserve credit for that. Wonderful. Lukaku I am a bit worried about, because he's been playing like that for the last half of the season for Roma, missing obvious goals, just getting in the right place at the right time but not putting in the back of the net, looking unhappy. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about him going forward. And Jeremy Doku was the one who gave away the goal with a silly mistake, and did that thing where he looked really keen, run around and dribble through everyone, but no end product. So yeah, it was a bit worrying. Kevin De Bruyne still not fully match fit. My money's not on Belgium to get to a semi-final right now. Also, a little bit disappointed by France. Or maybe it's just that Austria played so well that they just didn't make them look that good. I don't know, I couldn't figure out which one it was. 1-0 win to France. I thought Austria could have easily deserved a draw. Mbappe missed it one-on-one and then broke his nose. He headbutted at a corner kick. Ganso, was it? Danso's shoulder. Totally broke his nose. And I think he's touch and go for the next match. He might have to wear like a face mask. So, yeah, France a little bit underwhelming. They've got the Dutch next, or Poland? No, I think it's Poland next. And yeah, they'll be really difficult to break down. Austria, oh my god, they ran and ran and ran. They must be knackered. I was tired watching them. And to get nothing out of it as well must be absolutely heartbreaking. I thought they were going to score at the end as well. A lot of respect goes out to Austria. France, I'm still a little bit unsure, but like England, maybe they'll grow into the tournament. Okay, wonderful match. I predicted 1-1, and it was 1-1 at one point. And Turkey started off the match similar to how they played in this qualifying campaign against Wales. So I've seen quite a lot of them. Started off looking so sharp. Cross field passes, inverted sort of crosses into the box from Arda Güler out on the right hand side. Beautiful football. And then they conceded a bizarre sort of out of character goal, and then they just shrank, and Georgia were all over them for like 5-10 minutes. I thought, oh my god, I think Georgia are going to get a second. This was of course after, so Turkey scored their first goal, and then they had another goal 2 minutes later, and I thought, oh my god, this is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be 5-0. Poor Georgia on their debut. That goal was ruled out by VAR. Georgia came back into it, looked better, and in the second half then it was quite even, and then Turkey scored their second through Arda Güler. Wonderful goal, same as he scored against Wales in the qualifiers, just from that swang it in, just absolutely stunning, one of my favourite goals of the tournament so far. And then Georgia absolutely should have scored in injury time, and Turkey, with the goalkeeper up for the corner, they had it cleared off the line, they hit the post. I was just jumping up and down on my seat, couldn't get over the excitement of the match. what a watch. Probably one of my favourite ones so far. I was looking forward to this because excited for Georgia, and I've seen Turkey play before. And then without a goalkeeper, they just ran down the end of the pitch and scored as the final whistle went. So 3-1 isn't representative of what happened. If Georgia have got enough energy to do that against Czechia or Portugal, they might actually get a point and not go home. But I'm really glad that they scored. I thought Turkey defended really, really well against Farah. So he looked really disappointed. He's still brilliant. He reminds me of a Bale, sort of a young Bale. He's got that ability to dribble down the pitch. Oh, it was just wonderful. And then last one, Portugal against Czechia. I said 3-1. It was 2-1, so I got 5 points for that one. I got only 2 points for that one. I said Ronaldo might score. He did. Actually, that goal was ruled out, wasn't it? So he headed it to goalkeeper. It was saved, and it was put in by was it? Who was it by? Mota? No, I can't remember his name now. Jota. But it was ruled off for offside, and then they went down and scored again. Again, it's a bit of a shame for Czechia. I thought they were really brave. 11 heroes, and they were throwing themselves at everything. Again, from watching them play against Wales, they do have a habit of like being rough in the tackle themselves, but then when someone tackles them roughly, they tend to like be a bit dramatic, and I think that was irritating the Portuguese when they were drawing the match. Wonderful goal from outside the box. We've had so many cracking goals from outside the box. Romania, Czechia, Turkey, loads of outside the box smashes into the top net. Wonderful. And yeah, I thought Czechia were good enough to get a draw against Portugal, who I said might get a semi-final or a final. And Rafael looked a little bit off the pace still. He got a yellow card for diving. He needs to be careful. But on his day, he's still, for me, one of the best players in Europe. And I think Czechia can still get results against Turkey and Georgia, so they shouldn't be downhearted. But I think they probably did, on balance, deserve a draw. But Portugal won it, and the score was 2-1 right at the end with a last-minute goal by Portugal. So, like I say, join our league. I am currently 4th, which is shocking. And that's including a couple of matchday 2 results as well. So join the league, and don't forget to give this video a like. If you're new to the channel, give it a subscribe as well. Leave me a little comment, and if you love what I do, join me on Patreon. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon for matchday 2. Don't forget, I've been so busy this week, I'm really sorry, but I will get a couple of videos out that I've forgotten to do for a while. The end of season review is still on the cards, don't worry, it is coming, and I need to do some stuff about Champions League, Europa League updates and show you what's happening in the new year. And can you believe it, the first matches have been drawn for the Champions League already, because the Welsh teams know who they're going to play in round 1 of the Champions League qualifiers. So yeah, I need to get that video done soon, sorry. Okay, sleep well everyone, take care, and